So if someone would have said to me months ago, a year ago, that would you go vegan, I would have said no way, too hard, too hard. What's up YouTube? So today I want to talk about a change I made in my life this year and back in February, so about 9 months ago now. I've always been consider myself an animal lover, and yeah, just at points in my life people have always said like, oh, how come you've never become vegetarian or something? And I guess I assumed we always needed to eat meat to be healthy, and you needed it as part of like a healthy diet. And I'm very into sport and stuff, so always been told by like people in like the sort of sport industry, nutritionists, about eating meat and how important it is for a sports person. So yeah, I've just grown up in an environment that's told me that eating meat is normal and it's what I need to do. So yeah, that's why. And it suddenly come a point this year where I sort of thought, yeah, I mean, I guess if I don't need to eat meat to be healthy, then I'll give it a go, I guess. And I was before I did it, I went online at home and I was looking at things, and I searched about becoming vegetarian, and there were quite a lot of sort of things that made me sort of doubt whether it was the right thing to do, because I saw quite a bit of negative things on it telling you to be careful and make sure you sort of replace meat with certain things, and it sort of put me off a little bit, because it almost made out like that. Well, it sort of did imply that it's better to eat meat, I guess. But anyway, there was a video that sort of really made me make the decision to give it a try, and that was seeing Paul McCartney talking about it. I'm a big admirer of his, huge Beatles fan, so it did sort of give me a little push, I guess. But yeah, so I started doing it, and felt fine, was eating good food, still enjoyed my food. I mean, I was a big meat eater before. Meat was my favourite part of most meals, so it's not like it was an easy decision just to go, yeah, I can get rid of meat from my diet. I mean, it like going from eating it every day, like in pretty much every single meal, to sort of do that and then suddenly go, right, that's it, I'm not eating anymore. I guess it is quite a daunting thing, because obviously something you enjoy, you're saying, I'm going to stop that, which is a bit like, yeah, kind of a big deal. So, but I mean, I went into it on like a trial basis. I just said to myself, just give it a go, you've got nothing to lose. So I did it, I felt good, and whilst doing it as well, I sort of was researching the topic, the meat industry, and seeing animal slaughter videos and stuff really sort of made me see meat for what it is. And the more I researched and watched, the happier I was with my decision to be vegetarian. So anyway, it sort of my journey carried on, and like I said, the more time went on, the easier it was to live without eating meat. I mean, the first couple of days were a bit strange, I guess, but you soon get over it, and you kind of realise that rather than a like for meat, it's more of an addiction, really. So I got over that, and speaking to a guy about it, and he's quite big on health, and he said to me how how unhealthy meat is, and that was kind of a bit of a shock to me. I sort of didn't really get, well, because I've been told all my life that meat's healthy, well, you need meat to be healthy, I considered it like a healthy food for humans to consume, and this guy was telling me otherwise. Made me sort of, the stuff he was telling me made complete sense. It's just I'd never thought like he was thinking about it. So when he broke it down and sort of spoke about what meat literally is, it really made me think, man, that's so true. Like if I'd have known that from the day I was born, if I was put on this earth and someone said, like, these are your options to eat, you could eat meat, and told me what he told me, I'd have never chose to eat it. I mean, because I'm an animal lover as well, I mean, I wouldn't kill an animal to eat meat. So yeah, I mean, I guess the only reason I ate meat was because I grew up in an environment, in a family that was, where I was told this is what we do, this is normal, this is what we eat, this is food. So it's strange how you don't pick your diet, you just sort of are born into it. So yeah, he was telling me, well, he asked me why I chose to go vegetarian, and I told him ethically I don't agree with killing animals, and if we don't need to eat them to be healthy, then I would always choose to not eat them. So yeah, he told me how if I was doing this for ethics, then I shouldn't consume any animal products, i.e. milk, eggs, honey, things like that. So, and that, again, at first I didn't really get that, because I understood how meat is cruel, because you're literally looking at it on your plate, the flesh of a killed animal. So when he was telling me having a glass of milk is cruel on the animals, cruel on the animal, I was a bit like, well, cows produce milk, don't they? Like all we're doing is taking what they produce and we're sort of leaving them be and letting them sort of live, I guess. And he was telling me stuff about the industry and about how, yeah, it's unhealthy for us. And again, I was like, what? Like, whole life milk, calcium, good for you, drink it. Like, something that this guy was telling me otherwise. It's almost like, I don't know, it was a strange conversation. It was like a realisation, but again, everything he was saying made complete sense. It wasn't like he was like some crazy guy. He was a completely normal, down-to-earth guy, and telling me about eggs, again the same sort of thing. And I went home and researched the industries myself, and saw how, well, what he was saying, how they're as bad, if not worse, than the meat industry. So I suddenly went from being a big meat eater to an overnight vegetarian, and then I think I've been vegetarian for a couple of weeks, and then suddenly I was pondering on the idea of being vegan, and now my whole life I've had a perception of vegans, like vegetarians, I never really had a sort of negative perception of them. I just thought, fair play to people who choose not to eat animals because they don't want to cause them any harm. So, but vegans is something different, because I saw them as like extreme, sort of over the top kind of people. And like I said, I didn't really get the whole don't eat milk, don't eat eggs thing, because I didn't realise they were cruel industries. So yeah, I guess there was a conversation I had as well with someone when I was vegetarian. They said how vegans think vegetarians are a bit sort of half-hearted, And again, I didn't get that, and from that I always thought, yeah, see, that's what I mean about vegans. They're quite like, they're just these minority of people that, I mean, you always get them in all communities, that are just a bit, just take things too far. And I mean, I thought about the food they must eat, because literally you see dairy and eggs and pretty much every product when you look at the ingredients list. So I thought, like, what do they eat? There's not much left to eat. And like most people just assume they ate salad and hardly anything, and like they'd definitely be like malnourished and stuff like this. So someone asked me whether, like, when I went vegetarian, whether I could go vegan, and I said no, not a chance. Like, and I even said I would never do it because of these perceptions I had. And then I'm watching videos in the industry, it made me really uncomfortable. And just like with meat, how when I looked at meat I saw it for what it was and I wasn't comfortable eating it. It was the same with milk and eggs. And again, I thought, let's just try it out. I'd only had a perception of being vegan. I thought, I mean, I've got to find out for myself what it's like. I mean, you can't go on other people's opinions all the time. You can't just sort of know how something feels based on what someone else is telling you. You have to experience it for yourself to know truly what it is like. So I said, right, let's try it. And literally it is the best decision I ever made, because one, you live in line with your morals and your beliefs, and you don't realise until you do that how at peace you become with yourself. It's quite a strange sort of situation, but you sort of become the real you, and you have so much mental clarity. There's other huge benefits like high energy levels, and it's like, overall it's amazing how much it's given me. And again, the food, you think you can't eat much by getting rid of all these products and foods that you were eating before, but you open the doors to so many new foods and far better foods, in my opinion. So yeah, it's sort of a whole new world in every sense, like food and health, I guess. But I just wanted to say that you've got to give it a try, because like most people, you probably have a perception of being vegan, or like, I don't know if there's people you know who are vegans or a certain way, and all I say is try it yourself and just see how good it is, because you won't realise until you try it yourself. And there's so many people who have a negative connotation of being vegan, like for no reason other than someone said something, someone else's opinion. It's just, try it yourself, get your own perception of something. So try it, do what I did, just say to yourself, I'll give it a go, 1 month, no animal products at all. But before you make the decision, go online and look at some recipes, find some vegan recipes, because there are loads out there. There's loads of foods now, it's so easy to do. Find them and then start making them. One day just decide, right, this month I've got these vegan meals lined up that I'm going to make. So from this moment, for a month, I'm going to see how I feel. Or if that's too daunting a step, do what I did. Go vegetarian for a week. Then after a week, go, right, let's see if I can get rid of all animal products. Because I'm so confident you will feel so good, and you'll be like me, you'll look back on when you're a meaty and think, how did I eat that way?